inside the $5 billion Apple headquarters. What looks like a giant spaceship parked in the lush flats of Cupertino, California, is actually tech giants Apple's new headquarters. Fittingly named the Apple Park, this stunning architecture sprawls across 176 acres of land and might just be one of the most stunning campuses in the world. Despite its incredibly futuristic looks, the Apple Park has been a long time in the making, with Steve Jobs first announcing the project way back in 2006. It took 8 long years of planning, proposals, and permit applications, but by 2014, construction was well underway. And by 2017, the vast Apple workforce was already starting to move in. Today, we'll be talking about Apple headquarters. Make sure you stay till the end so that you get to know about the exciting project of Apple. Let's get started. Apple Park is the corporate headquarters of Apple Incorporated, located at 1 Apple Park Way in Cupertino, California, United States. It was open to employees in April 2017 while construction was still underway, and has superseded the original headquarters at 1 Infinite Loop, which opened in 1993. The main building's scale and circular groundscaper design by Norman Foster have earned the structure a media nickname, the Spaceship. Located on a suburban site totaling 175 acres, 71 hectares, it houses more than 12,000 employees in one central, 4-story circular building of approximately 2,800,000 square feet, 260,000 square meters. Apple co-founder Steve Jobs wanted the campus to look less like an office park and more like a nature refuge. 80% of the site consists of green space planted with drought-resistant trees and plants indigenous to the Cupertino area, and the center courtyard of the main building features an artificial pond. History. The late CEO and co-founder Steve Jobs saw the rapid growth of the company and knew its current campus couldn't last. So Apple purchased land formerly owned by Hewlett-Packard, a company important to Jobs' history as he worked there as a summer intern. Steve Jobs personally presented an ambitious plan to the Cupertino City Council for building one of the largest office buildings in the world. Apple met many of its initial goals within its first presentation of the campus, although it took 2 years longer and went well over cost estimates. Sadly, Steve Jobs died only a few months after that meeting, and it is known as one of his last public appearances. The campus theater is named after him in remembrance. In 2014, Apple began the initial teardown of the old Hewlett-Packard buildings and broke ground. The project took a little over 3 years to get finalized and ready for the employee move-in. Throughout the construction process, Apple faced several challenges, from buying up all the available trees to city taxes coming into question. Design. Johnny Ive was the chief designing officer at Apple, and he has since left the company to start his own design firm. While Apple Park was under construction, Ive stepped away from leading the product design team to take a more personal interest in the construction and design of the new campus. I've worked closely with the design firm Foster & Partners on this massive undertaking. His design influences are seen throughout the campus, and he speaks of Apple Park in this interview with Wallpaper magazine. As a design team, our goal has been, in some ways, to get design out of the way, I've said. We try to define a solution that seems so inevitable that it does recede. He stated this, referring to the philosophy that is behind everything Apple designs. Even the stairs receive such scrutiny. There are so many connections between floors, he continued. When discussing the building's flexibility, Ive states, "Our building is very configurable, and you can very quickly create large open spaces, or you can configure lots of smaller private offices. The building will change, and it will evolve." The idea that the building could change as Apple changes was the driving factor behind much of the design. The Ring. Shaped like a large flying saucer of sorts, Apple calls the main campus building the Ring. This massive building features 800 45-foot tall rounded glass panels that connect all the way around the 4-story structure. Some of these panels function as large sliding doors, allowing for the interior to be exposed to the outdoors during nice weather. The ring uses base isolation to protect against earthquakes. The isolation system consists of 692 large steel saucers located 2 stories underground. This system is a modified version of Japan's and will protect the campus from all but the most severe earthquakes. The ring's interior hosts large rooms with glass walls and entryways, including wide open spaces that can be collapsed into smaller sections as needed. The ring is divided into 8 identical segments and surrounded by a hallway roughly 3/4 of a mile around. The ring uses natural ventilation to aid in making it the greenest office building in the world, requiring no heating or cooling for 9 months of the year. To further its green initiatives, Apple partnered with First Solar to provide 130 MWs of clean energy to the campus and surrounding buildings. Design rules the campus from top to bottom and will influence the company moving forward. Many consider Apple Park to be an Apple product designed by Jony Ive, his crown jewel before exiting the company and gift to his departed friend Steve Jobs. Structures in the Apple Park. The Steve Jobs Theater is a 165-foot diameter circular glass building with no visible supports. The carbon fiber roof is the largest in the world, weighing 80 tons. Underneath the glass structure, underground, is an auditorium seating 1,000 people. The theater won the Structural Artistry Award in 2018. The Apple Park Visitor Center overlooks the campus and is divided into 4 sections: a 10,000 square foot Apple Store, a 2,000 square foot cafe, an observation deck, and an area for an AR experience. The augmented reality area is a scale model of Apple Park that lets you view the campus via an iPad using AR software. The campus has 7 cafes, with the largest being a 3-level cafe for 3,000 sitting people. It has light-colored stone lining and glass railing with no metal support and is surrounded by extensive landscaping. The mezzanine space of 20,000 square feet, 1,900 meters squared, can accommodate 600 people and 1,750 seats on terraces outside, with a capacity to serve 15,000 lunches a day, housed by specially designed 500 tables made of solid spessart, white oak. That's all for today's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. While you are here, go ahead and click one of these 2 videos on your screen. I'll see you there.